From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
My one question all these years has been, why? Because I don't understand. And I don't think I'll ever understand. I just want answers.
There's new hope for answers in the Randy Church murder case as more investigative teams become involved. Coming up, hear from the family.
Now that vaccine boosters are out in Gallatin County, healthcare providers are preparing for people getting their booster shots or even maybe their first shot.
6:30 on this final Thursday of October. I saved it until now to say that to you, Matt.
I appreciate that.
Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here, working our way through this pretty pleasant October morning.
It's actually very comfortable considering we've got a cold front barreling toward us. Our temperatures this morning are mainly into the 30s, upper 30s, very mild. Not a ton of wind to start the day. We do have a little bit of cloud cover trying to work its way through the area. That'll be the case for most of the day. The afternoon does bring a few rays of sunshine besides Chet and I. Temperature should be back into the mid-50s. Yeah. We do have some warmer days ahead. I don't even know how to respond to that. We'll, of course, talk more about that Halloween forecast you won't want to miss coming up in just a few minutes.
6:31. Our top story this half hour, it was a murder that shook Bozeman back in the 1980s. For over 35 years, little was known about what happened to Randy Church. But in the past year, the case has gotten a fresh look and the family has even more hope that their brother's murder will be solved. TN's Holly Brantley has our update.
Early this year, the Bozeman PD announced they were putting new energy into the Randy Church murder case. Since then, multiple agencies at the local, state, and federal level have gotten involved to help solve the murder of the 23-year-old MSU engineering student. They want to know who gunned the young man down inside the Pizza Hut in 1985. I talked to his brothers and sister about the case's recent developments that could help bring Randy's killing to rest once and for all.
Look, we live this every day and have been since February of 1985. It's there. It's a part of our life, and it sucks.
After nearly 37 years, the family of Randy Church says they feel they might get answers to their brother's unsolved murder.
If they find something now, that's great, because that'd be a miracle in my book.
I first spoke to the family earlier this year when they heard the Bozeman PD had fresh eyes on the case. Just a few months later, they are encouraged to learn the Bozeman detectives have joined forces with multiple agencies at the state and federal level, pulling resources to fast-track solving the case.
I'm frustrated. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm so glad now that they are getting technology involved and they are getting more resources and they are getting things out there.
It's got to be an effort that's supported by, the upper levels. And I think that that support up until now anyway, or up until recently, has not been there.
I was very surprised they never found the killer up to now. I was totally surprised. I'm like, what? This happens often where they don't find the killer? Are you kidding me?
Randy was closing down the Bozeman Pizza Hut on West Main when someone shot him in February of 1985. It was a Saturday night. Randy was alone. According to police reports, his body was discovered at 9:30 the next morning when a manager was called to unlock the door. He was supposed to meet another employee at 9 a.m., but he never showed up. He'd been wounded twice.
I was told it was between the eyes. I didn't want to look at the pictures. I never did. I couldn't. It was just too much for me.
How did your parents handle it?
I think it changed my mom. I'll be honest. I think it changed Mom.
I think it changed both of them.
Devastated them both.
Police say they can't release specifics about the current developments in the investigation or the avenues they are pursuing, but tell me recent attention to the case has brought new momentum, new hope.
That is the only thing we have is hope at this point.
Police, along with the family, call on anyone with information to come forward. Anyone who might know something about what happened on that cold February night more than 36 years ago.
I mean, literally, that'd be a miracle. But taking someone else's life, I think, is the worst that mankind could ever do and does, unfortunately. So I just hate to see someone do something bad and get away with it, especially, someone that I personally know and loved.
There is a reward for information leading police to a suspect. To find out more, go to our website. In Bozeman, Holly Brantley, MTN News.
6:35 and other news this morning. Health department offices across Montana remain the focal point of those opposed to COVID prevention measures. TN's Mitch Loggy, the threats to the Park County Health Office in Livingston are so bad, workers there can no longer answer the phone.
On Tuesday, the Park County, Montana Health Department started forwarding all of its calls to its voicemail box.
Due to the extreme call volume and an increase in mean and angry language, we are no longer answering calls in person. Calls which are disrespectful to our staff will be referred to the county commissioners.
A problem that's not new during the COVID-19 pandemic. Healthcare staff and school board officials harangued with abusive comments from the public. But the lack of communication in Park County is dire for 58-year-old Peter Soper.
And I have to worry that lives are being lost because of this kind of just breakdown in our system. It's just gross negligence. There's no reason for anybody to be engaged in this kind of crap.
Soper is vaccinated and tested positive for COVID at the Park County test site on Monday. He has his doctor's approval to receive monoclonal antibody treatment for COVID at a hospital in Bozeman, but he needs a copy of his test results.
I'm trying to get a hold of the health department because they're the ones that have my positive test result, and I can't. I can leave them a message, but so far I haven't gotten a call back.
So Soper decided to work with his Livingston doctor to get a new COVID test. He said he should get scheduled for an appointment in Bozeman sometime Wednesday evening. Park County Health Officer Laurel Desnick said calls picked up a few weeks ago. Her staff receive about a dozen a day. The angry ones coming from people clamoring for booster shots.
What was so different about it is people who are demanding vaccines, not opposed to vaccines. So it was sort of a whole new twist to unhappy people.
Desnick stressed that the angry calls have been the minority compared to a vast majority of support from the community over the course of the pandemic. They plan to open up the phones again on Monday. The harassing language is heard by hospital staff as well. Dr. Richard Lammers, Emergency Department Director at St. Vincent's in Billings, said negative comments have increased over the past months.
It's a fine line of being able to understand patients, but also setting those boundaries so that both nurses and providers and everybody's safe to practice in such a high-stress environment.
The Yellowstone County Health Department has been taking messages on its COVID information line since its inception in March 2020. A typical day sees about 20 calls to the information line, mostly from people seeking guidance on quarantine or close contacts. In Billings, Mitch Laggy, MTN News.
Boosters are available across Gallatin County for all 3 vaccines. Healthcare providers are preparing to get people their booster shots or maybe even their first vaccine. For Randy Harrington, owner of Price Right in Bozeman, says he's excited to get people coming through his doors to get their vaccine.
I think people are excited to get the booster because it's just one more little oomph in the resistant chain.
Just last week, the CDC announced that boosters for the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson would be available for those over the age of 65 or for anyone over the age of 18 who have underlying medical conditions or work in high-risk settings.
We have had our vaccine clinic in our main hospital entrance, and that's been going very well since September.
The Bozeman Health System in August administered just over 100 booster shots that then jumped to just shy of 2,000 booster shots in September, and so far in October, over 2,700 booster shots have been given out.
People who were hesitant previously and they're coming forward now for their first and second doses.
Just this week, Montana crossed the 55% mark of fully vaccinated individuals.
And people are definitely more receptive to it. The vaccine, the booster, so it's kind of exciting.
As Montana deals with the surge in COVID cases and hospitalizations, officials here at Bozeman Health say that they want people walking through their doors to get that vaccine in order to take that strain off their healthcare system.
That is another incentive when they see their loved ones who are suffering.
Officials say it doesn't matter what booster you get. For example, if you got Johnson & Johnson, you can get either Moderna or Pfizer.
The accessibility of it's been really great.
If you would like more information on where you can find a vaccine in Bozeman, check our website for more information. Reporting outside of Bozeman Health Deaconess Hospital, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
6:39 now. 2 more people are dead in Gallatin County due to COVID-19 complications. A woman in her 90s died at an assisted living facility the week of October 10th. A man in his 60s died at his home the first week of September. These latest deaths add up to a total of 84 COVID-related deaths in Gallatin County so far. Gallatin County ranks 4th as the most vaccinated county in the state right now at 62%. Time for a quick break here on Montana This Morning. When we come back, Matt takes a look at your forecast.